My beloved child, tonight something inside your ex has snapped in a way they never expected, an internal storm they can't silence anymore. They tried to act like walking away from you was their victory, like distancing themselves meant freedom, but every time they close their eyes, they see the exact moment they lost the only person who ever understood the unspoken parts of their soul. They aren't telling anyone this, but your name has become the echo they can't outrun. They replay your memories like a secret film, trying to convince themselves they're fine, but their heartbeat betrays them every single time. They sense something huge shifting in your life, something you're not telling the world yet, and that fear of being replaced, fear of losing their last chance, has become the silent war tearing them apart from the inside. They feel you rising, healing, becoming untouchable, and that realization is hitting them harder than any heartbreak they've ever pretended to survive. But listen carefully, because here is where the real truth begins. Your ex is fighting two versions of themselves right now, the one who desperately wants to reach out and the one who is terrified that you've already moved beyond their reach. They pick up their phone, write a message, delete it, rewrite it, delete it again. Their pride is collapsing, but their guilt is louder. The world thinks they are calm, distracted, living peacefully, but deep inside, they are shivering at the thought that they might have misjudged your worth, that they might have walked away from the one person destiny kept showing them signs about. There is a reason they feel restless at night, a reason your energy pulls them even when you are silent. It's because they know what they lost wasn't just a person. It was a future, a direction, a stability they may never find again. And now that you're no longer available the way you once were, their mind is screaming with questions that have no answers, doubts that won't fade, and regrets that wake them at 3 a.m. like a punishment written by karma itself. And here's the twist they didn't expect: their silent war isn't about you anymore, it's about the truth they tried to bury. They're realizing that every time they tried to replace you, compare you, distract themselves from you, they were only proving that no one comes close to the depth you carried effortlessly. Your patience, your loyalty, your energy, those qualities they took for granted, are now the very things they crave the most. They are scared because they feel you changing, pulling back, cutting emotional cords they never imagined you would sever. Their heart knows they no longer have access to the version of you that once loved them without hesitation. They know your glow is rising, your boundaries are strengthening, and your silence is louder than any goodbye. This is why they are in a war with themselves, because losing you wasn't just a mistake, it was the beginning of their awakening, and the beginning of your transformation into someone they can no longer reach the way they once did. My beloved child, something powerful is happening right now. Your ex can feel your energy slipping out of their grip, and it's triggering a panic they are trying desperately to hide. They scroll through your photos, your old messages, your moments together, hoping to find a clue that you still think about them, but all they find is silence. And that silence is destroying them more than any argument ever could. The more distant you become, the louder their mind gets. They keep asking themselves why they let ego win, why they gambled with a connection that only happens once in a lifetime. They're realizing that your silence isn't emptiness, it's transformation. Your aura is changing. Your path is shifting. And they feel it in their bones like a warning they can't ignore. While they pretend to be fine on the outside, their inner world is collapsing, piece by piece, every time they see you glowing without needing them. But right now, listen closely. Because I want you to stay with me till the end. Something massive is unfolding behind the scenes. Your ex has started to notice that the universe is favoring you, guiding you, lifting you in ways they never expected. Every win you get feels like a personal defeat to them. Every time you level up, a part of them sinks deeper into regret. They watch your silence, your strength, your new light, and it hits them. You're becoming someone they no longer have the privilege to access. This realization is eating them alive. Their heart is divided between reaching out and staying quiet, but their fear is stronger than their pride. They fear you'll respond with the same coldness they once gave you. They fear you'll look at them with the same detachment they taught you. And that fear is the battlefield they fight on every single day. And here comes the part that shakes them the most. They know you're getting attention from people who see your worth clearly, people who don't play games, people who don't take your loyalty lightly. They see your glow attracting new energies, new possibilities, new beginnings. And for the first time, your ex is terrified not of losing you, they're terrified of watching someone else appreciate you the way they never did. This silent war inside them is turning into a storm, because deep down they know destiny is shifting in your favor. You're rising in a way that makes them realize the biggest mistake wasn't what they did to you, it was believing you would never walk away. Stay with me, because what's coming next will shake their entire world. My beloved child, your ex is living in a quiet panic because every time they sense your energy drifting further, a new fear rises inside them, fear that you've finally outgrown the version of them they once forced you to accept. They can't understand how someone they thought would always be available has suddenly become unreachable, untouchable, almost unfamiliar. They feel like they're losing a connection that once felt guaranteed. And now, their mind keeps pulling them back into memories they tried so hard to bury. They remember your voice, your patience, the softness in the way you cared, and it haunts them. They keep thinking, what if I was the problem? What if I misread everything? What if I pushed away the one person who truly saw me? This question has become their daily punishment. They try to distract themselves, but nothing works. Because no matter where they go, the truth follows, you're no longer waiting. But here's where the real shift shakes them, you are healing in silence, rising quietly, and it's confusing them more than anything. They don't understand how you're moving without looking back. They expected you to cry, break, chase, or at least react. Instead, you chose evolution. You chose peace. You chose self-respect. And that decision has created a mirror they cannot escape. In that mirror, they see their own mistakes, their own pride, their own patterns. They see the way they mishandled your heart, and suddenly, their confidence doesn't feel like confidence anymore, it feels like a mask that's slipping. Every time they sense your glow growing stronger, they feel smaller. Every time they sense your power returning, they feel weaker. This is why they are in a silent war, because the very peace you found is destroying the chaos they lived in. And now something deeper is happening, they're realizing that the version of you they knew is gone. Not in an angry way, not in a bitter way, but in a transformed way. You've become wiser, calmer, sharper. You're learning things about yourself they never bothered to notice. You're stepping into a destiny they never imagined you would reach without them. And what scares them the most is the sudden shift in the universe around you. New doors are opening. New energies are entering. New opportunities are calling your name. They can sense that someone out there is noticing you in ways they never appreciated, someone who sees your worth without needing to lose you first. This fear is the earthquake shaking their entire inner world. Because for the first time, your ex understands a truth they tried to avoid. Letting you go didn't just change your life, it rewrote theirs. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. My beloved child, right now your ex is standing on the edge of their own emotions, pretending everything is under control when every part of their inner world is collapsing. They feel your silence more sharply than any words you could have spoken. They sense your strength returning like a rising storm, and that strength is forcing them to confront truths they avoided for too long. They keep checking your profile, trying to understand how you're glowing, healing, rising without needing them. And each time they see even a small hint of your progress, it hits them like a reminder of everything they threw away. They feel you moving forward, and deep inside, a voice whispers to them that if they don't face their truth soon, someone else will walk into your life and value you in a way they never did. This fear, this shadow, this pressure, it's the war tearing them apart, and they don't know how to escape it. And my child, before you go further, stay with me till the last sentence. Don't scroll. Don't skip. You need to hear what's unfolding next. A shift is happening in your destiny, and your ex can feel it more intensely than they admit. The universe is pulling you toward a new path, a new alignment, a new version of yourself that is stronger than the person they once hurt. They see you changing, evolving, glowing with a kind of confidence they never imagined you would reclaim. And this transformation terrifies them. Because while you're healing, they're drowning in regret. While you're becoming more focused, they're losing direction. While you're finding balance, they're falling into emotional imbalance. They keep rehearsing conversations in their mind, thinking, should I reach out? Will they even care? Will they answer? And every time they hesitate, the fear grows, fear that you've moved on so far that they no longer hold any position in your heart. And right here, pause with me. If the story hits your soul, share it with someone who needs this message too, because every second you stay, another truth unfolds. And here is the deepest part of their silent war. They know your life is attracting new energy, new opportunities, new people who recognize your worth instantly. Someone out there has already begun noticing your strength, your healing, your uniqueness. Someone admires what your ex ignored. Someone sees the value they overlooked. And this realization is the final blow to their pride. They feel powerless because destiny is shifting in your favor, not theirs. They feel helpless because they cannot control where your heart goes next. And the universe keeps showing them signs that your chapter is changing. My beloved child, listen closely. Your ex is not fighting you. They are fighting the truth that they lost someone they were never meant to take for granted. And if this message reaches your heart, let your presence be felt, comment your energy, share this moment, let the world know you're rising. Stay till the next part, because what comes next might break the last piece of their denial forever. My beloved child, your ex is waking up every day with a heavy feeling they can't shake, because the silence between you has turned into a mirror they can no longer avoid. They thought time would make them forget, but time has only sharpened every memory they tried to bury. They keep imagining scenarios where they run into you unexpectedly. What they would say, how they would act, whether you would smile or look away. And this fear of your indifference is eating them alive. They never imagined a day when you would be the one who's calm while they are the one losing control. Your glow has become their trigger. Your peace has become their punishment. And every night, when the world goes quiet, they find themselves battling the same truth. The person they once dismissed has become the person their soul can't stop searching for. But here is where their silent war becomes unbearable. They have started realizing that you no longer respond to their energy the way you once did. Before, they could pull you back with a small sign, a little attention, a random message. Now, nothing works. Your absence has become a wall they can't climb. Their pride used to protect them, but now it's suffocating them. They rehearse apologies they never had the courage to give. They rewrite the past wishing they could change even one decision. They replay your conversations trying to find the exact moment they lost you. And the worst part is, they can't blame anyone else anymore. They know exactly what they did. They know exactly how they treated you. And the guilt that once whispered is now screaming inside them, louder each day, reminding them that they destroyed the one bond that was pure. And now destiny is shifting faster than they can handle. They sense that you're stepping into a phase of your life where emotional clarity is guiding you. They feel that your future is calling, and it doesn't include waiting for someone who never valued your loyalty. The universe is aligning you with new opportunities, new connections, new energies that match your soul instead of draining it. And deep inside, your ex knows they are being left behind. Not because you're trying to hurt them, but because your growth no longer fits the version of them that once took you for granted. This is why their silent war has reached its breaking point. They're not just losing you, they're losing the version of themselves they only discovered when you walked away. My beloved child, your ex is reaching a point where their inner conflict is becoming unbearable, because every step you take toward your own healing pushes them deeper into the shadows of their own regret. They never expected your silence to become this powerful. They never expected your absence to feel this heavy. They never imagined that one day they would be the one waiting, watching, hoping for a sign from you. And now, every time they sense your energy rising, they feel something inside them collapsing. They can't understand how you transformed so fast, how the same heart they once broke is now beating stronger, louder, and freer than ever before. They scroll through everything that reminds them of you, asking themselves why they didn't value the warmth you brought into their life. They are fighting a battle with their own reflection, because the truth staring back at them is painful. They lost someone irreplaceable. But here's the part they can't admit to anyone: they see you becoming someone they can no longer approach with the same confidence they once had. They used to think you would always be available, always forgiving, always understanding. But now, your silence feels like a door that has quietly closed. Your growth feels like a distance they can't cross anymore. And your new energy, calm, focused, elevated, is making them realize that you are stepping into a chapter where they don't fit. This realization is shaking them at the core. They keep having moments where they almost reach out, almost confess, almost break their silence, but fear stops them. Fear that you won't respond. Fear that your heart has shifted. Fear that someone wiser, kinder, and more deserving has already stepped into your life. And this fear is the battlefield they can't escape, because it forces them to confront the truth they ran from. And now, destiny is making things even harder for them. They can feel that someone out there is noticing you, really noticing you, in ways they never did. Someone is drawn to your energy, your strength, your growth. Someone is admiring the qualities your ex overlooked. And this possibility, this tiny chance that your heart might open for someone new, is driving your ex into an even deeper silent war. They feel powerless because they can't control the direction your life is taking. They feel helpless because the universe is clearly guiding you forward, not backward. And in the quiet hours of the night, they face the truth they fear most: your story is evolving, your soul is expanding, and your path is rising into a future where they might only remain as a memory. My beloved child, your ex is reaching a point where pretending no longer works. Every mask they used to wear, confidence, indifference, control, has started to crack, one silent hour at a time. They thought keeping distance would make them stronger, but instead, it exposed every weakness they tried to hide. They feel your energy slipping from their world like sand through their fingers, and they don't know how to stop it. They feel the shift in your heartbeat. They feel the strength in your silence. They feel the healing in your distance. And now, every part of them is wrestling with the same painful realization: you're no longer bound to the version of them they used to offer. They wanted you on their terms. Life is showing them that you're choosing yourself on your terms now. And this truth is cutting deeper than any goodbye they ever imagined. But here's where their silent war burns even hotter: they can sense that you've stopped waiting emotionally. They can feel that your heart no longer reacts to them the way it once did. Before, they could disturb your peace with a single message, a single memory, a single flicker of attention. Now, nothing moves you. Nothing shakes you. Nothing bends your spirit back toward them. And this unbreakable calm is haunting them. They look at your glow, your focus, your silent rise, and they realize they don't have access to you anymore, not to your energy, not to your emotions, not to your inner world. You've closed the chapter quietly, without noise, without revenge, without bitterness. And that silence is louder than any closure they ever expected. They replay everything they once overlooked: the softness in your voice, the loyalty in your love, the patience in your heart, and each memory becomes another battle they lose inside their own mind. And now, destiny is revealing the part they feared the most: you're stepping into a zone of alignment that no longer includes their chaos. Your life is opening new doors, doors that welcome maturity, respect, clarity, and genuine connection. They can feel another presence approaching you, someone who admires your depth, someone who sees your worth instantly, someone who values what your ex treated casually. This is the moment your ex's silent war becomes a storm. Because deep inside, they know they pushed away the one heart the universe tried to gift them. They know the love they once took for granted is becoming a rare treasure someone else might hold soon. And the realization that they may never get another chance with you, that realization is the battle they wake up to, sleep with, and carry in every breath. My beloved child, your ex is entering the darkest phase of their silent war, because now the truth isn't whispering, it's roaring inside them. They tried to convince themselves that they were fine, that moving on was easy, that losing you wouldn't matter. But destiny has a way of exposing every illusion. And now, every time they sense your glow rising, every time they feel your energy distancing, every time they notice your silence becoming stronger, something inside them breaks a little more. They keep asking themselves questions they never had the courage to face before. Why did I let them go? Why didn't I fight? Why didn't I see their worth when I had the chance? These questions are becoming their sleepless nights. Their confidence has turned into confusion. Their pride has turned into regret. And their heart, once cold, once distant, is now burning with a guilt they can no longer hide. But here is the part they fear more than anything. They can feel you shifting into a destiny they cannot touch. Your spirit is changing. Your energy is ascending. Your heart is no longer tied to old pain. You're stepping into a timeline where your peace comes first, and your ex can sense that this transformation is irreversible. They notice how your silence doesn't carry sadness anymore, it carries strength. They feel how you don't chase, don't question, don't look back. That unshakable calm inside you scares them more than anger ever could. Because anger means you still care. Silence means you've healed. And that healing is their biggest punishment. They thought distance would put them in control, but now distance has become the space where you discovered who you truly are, and who they never were. And now destiny is preparing the final blow. They can sense another energy approaching your life with purity, clarity, and intention. Someone out there is watching you, admiring your growth, valuing your presence, understanding your soul in a way your ex never learned to. This possibility is tearing your ex apart from the inside. They know you're no longer in the same emotional space. They know you're evolving beyond the version of yourself they once knew. They know the universe is aligning you with something better, something stable, something meant. And that realization is destroying their denial. Because deep inside, they know this, losing you wasn't the end of your story, it was the beginning of theirs collapsing. My beloved child, your ex is now fighting a war that no one can see, because the battlefield is inside their own mind. Every moment of your silence is a reminder that they no longer have a place in the world they once took for granted. They feel your absence like a shadow following them everywhere, at work, in conversations, in moments of quiet. They thought they could forget you by distracting themselves, but the more they try to escape the truth, the harder it hits them. You were not a temporary chapter, you were the turning point of their entire story. They feel the shift in the universe, they sense your energy rising higher, and this scares them because they finally understand what they lost. Their heart trembles with the weight of every memory they dismissed. And now, the strongest battle they face is accepting that the person they once had unlimited access to is slowly becoming unreachable. But the deepest part of their silent war is this: they know they can't compete with the new version of you. You're glowing with self-respect, you're moving with purpose, you're healing without making noise. They see the transformation in your aura, the clarity in your choices, the peace in your silence, and it makes them feel smaller than ever. They used to think you would always be there waiting, hoping, forgiving. But now, your energy has changed. Your heart feels guarded. Your spirit feels elevated. And they can feel that they no longer have the power to affect you the way they once did. This realization is breaking something inside them. They keep wondering who you talk to now, who you smile for now, who understands you in ways they never took time to learn. Every unknown thought about your life becomes another blade in their pride, another wound in their ego, another reminder that they let go of a soul that was never meant to be mishandled. And now destiny is standing in front of them with a truth they cannot run from: you're being aligned with something they never prepared themselves to face, a future where your happiness doesn't include them. They can feel a new energy entering your life, someone whose intentions are pure, someone who values you instantly, someone who sees your worth without needing to lose you first. This possibility is tearing your ex apart because deep down, they know that the universe is giving you what they refuse to. They know you're stepping into a path that leads to emotional safety, clarity, respect, and real love. And they also know that once you fully step into that new chapter, there will be no doorway left for them to walk through. This truth is the final fire burning inside their silent war, and every second you rise, their regret grows heavier.